Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Potsmoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, of the Hebrew Bible. I use the King James Version of the Christian Bible to put together the prophecy of Israel from the scattered bits of testimony from the various prophets of the Old Testament. Because when I started this out, I was a Lutheran, which is a Christian denomination. So that's one of the reasons I use the King James Version. But when I put together the prophecy of Israel, I found a set of instructions, as in which would lead me to bring God back to humanity in a physical way. So, it's beginning in 1988. I set about to fulfill prophecy. And I completed my prophetic endeavor on 4/20 of 2020 when I began these videos, publishing peace without money, which is why you'll never see commercials on my feeds. Now, in order to publish peace, I am literally reading to you the manuscripts from the two books that I wrote. The Book of Prophecy, the Book of Zion, and its commentary uh, and dissertation, the Potsmoker's Bible. I'm reading to you today from the 24th chapter of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the 21st chapter of the Book of Zion. It's called, Behold, I will do a new thing. And I'm going to take up where I left off last time. Because the nation of Zion will make a safe refuge our top priority. Many people will come to live among us. We will welcome all who are able to live under the gray rule. Our goal is to provide all people with a just society. This isn't just for women or for the drug users. This nation of Zion is a nation of all people. Priests are not priests unless they have a congregation. So Zion is for all people. We will be created by all races, all religions, and all national origins. When the priests of Zion begin to act in that capacity, then there will be a quantum shift in the world's electromagnetic field. This EMF is made up of the life force of all living entities born of this earth. We all contribute our emotional energy to this field. When a drug user priest connects with this energy field, they will be able to use it to manipulate matter and to connect to everyone and to everything. This energy matrix is the framework of our world and of our reality. We, who are part of the life of this planet, contribute to, and with tools like drugs and meditation, we can access this matrix. But only those born here can be connected to it fully. The Grey needed to become Earthlings in order to use the grid, i.e., ley lines, the matrix. So our Grey gods are also of this earth in that sense. However, they now have their own world, so we are the sole heirs to the earth. At the time when the Grey first came here, they were essentially homeless. Their entire civilization was spaceborne. Their homeworld had long before ended its life force and its life cycle, and our world was to be their new home until the plague that nearly wiped them out entirely. So they very happily have found a new home of their own. So we here on Earth have to contend with the problems that we have created for ourselves. It's not just global warming that is the problem with this society. We live in a dark and ugly time. The matrix of the earth has been encased in darkness for eons. We are in a very negative society. All dark things are easy: greed, pride, physical force. These are emotions that prevent good things like freedom to exist. We who are of the light must struggle against these dark desires to create good. We must shatter this dark path of creation. To do this, we must find our inner selfless joy. This joy is not about the I. It's not about the ego. We all have something that we enjoy doing, just to enjoy doing it. For me, it's doing good deeds. I love to make people smile. This is my selfless joy, or one of them. I also sing. I tell stories. I play with children. I dance. I act, etc., etc., etc. I write. The list goes on and on. These are the simple things that make me happy, but that does no harm to another. This seeking of joy for its own sake creates joy. This creation of joy spreads to all who come near to it. It's contagious. So, by finding our inner joy and sense of happiness, we can create that joy that touches everyone around us. We help others remember how it is to simply feel joy. I used to tell my temple members that the temple was a bubble of good in a world of muck. Muck is the dark energy that is created by negative thoughts and actions. Our world is full of this muck. And I say, fuck the muck. Don't be a generator of negative energy, which is negative emotions and actions. We must create our own bubble of joy to protect us from the negative forces at work in our world. So when my priests and priestesses begin their duties, they will be a force of joy and unity between God and humanity, and for humanity as a whole. We need to create goodwill. I tell my priests that their job is to give aid to all and to refuse none. We are healers of the breach. We use joy to combat hate. We use the power of good will to create peace and unity for all. When the human race realizes the unique role Zionites have to play in the future of our race, everyone's opinion of us will reverse. We will be honored for the vital role that we play in a larger life. The entire social order of the planet will change. The nation of Zion and her allies will be the locations of the spaceports. The traffic off world will be consonanted and coordinated through Zion. So our place in the new order will be central. We will be the most prosperous nation on earth, which will be a just compensation for the pain and suffering that we now endure. Other than the spaceport, the new construction will all be Inner Mountain. We will use existing buildings and fields, but when we can replace it inside the mountain, we will. We'll let the land reclaim itself. Only by allowing the earth to return to a natural state can we try to avoid a fireball earth. We will, we will begin the transition inside the mountain so that we won't have to um, work out the worst of the bugs after the catastrophe. But we won't live entirely underground. We will, however, all be required to spend a certain amount of time living underground. Only by doing so can we adjust to this possible need to live inner mountain for an extended period of time. To ensure our survival, we will begin to move into our mountains. Because of our newfound state, as a ruling class of priests belonging to the Intergalactic Council, we will be gifted by the nations to ensure their contribution to the establishment of the intergalactic representations. So every nation will be giving to us. I love that. Now, this begins the dissertation. And we start chapter 21 with Micah 4, 5 to 13, which becomes Zion 21, 1 to 9. For all people will walk every one in the name of his God, and will walk in the name of the Lord our God forever and ever. In that day, saith the Lord, will I assemble her that halteth, and I will gather her that is driven out, and her that I have afflicted. And I will make her that halteth a remnant, and her that was cast far off a strong nation. And the Lord shall reign over them in Mount Zion, from henceforth forever and ever. And thou, O tower of the flock, the stronghold of the daughter of Zion, unto thee shall it come, even the first dominion. The kingdom shall come to the daughter of Jerusalem. Now why dost thou cry out aloud? Is there no king in thee? Is thy counselor perished? For pangs have taken thee as a woman in travail. Be in pain, and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered. There the Lord shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies. Now also many nations are gathered against thee that say, let her be defiled, and let our eyes look upon Zion. But they know not the thoughts of the Lord, neither understand they his counsel, for he shall gather them as the sheaves into the floor. Arise and thrash, O daughter of Zion, for I will make thou horn iron, and I will make thy hoofs brass, and thou shalt beat in pieces many people, and I will consecrate their gain unto the Lord, and their sustenance unto the Lord of the whole earth. For all people will walk every one in the name of his God, and will walk in the name of the Lord our God forever and ever. In this passage, we see the new idea of God as alien. Up until now, God has meant something supernatural, but here God becomes alien. We have always considered God to be an all-powerful deity that was ever present, but always a threat. And as stated, everyone has their own version of this God. And I'm going to have to end up there for today. So next time I will take up where I left off. May the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it, and make that your guild choice when we get to camp. If you do drugs, stay happy and high. You have every right and reason to. Believe me, I know. I wrote the books, both of them. My name is Zion. I love you too much to say goodbye, so I'm going to say later now.